Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Murdered Soul Suspect. We had finished up all of our investigating in the church in the last episode. We found out that the Bell Killer was here looking for Joy. He found Iris instead, and he killed her. We have to go tell Joy about what we discovered, as well as the fact that her priest friend was killed. So we were just heading on our way to do that, since we are all finished with the church area and we should never have to come back here again for any reason.
Some ghost thing and get me out of this. Come on.
Trust me. You're better off this way. The killer was
Right.
after you.
Oh. What happened in there?
He didn't suffer.
You're lying.
He died protecting innocent people. That's all you need to know.
Died because of me.
Hey. You know, pleading insanity isn't going to help you much on 2 counts of trespassing and felony escape. So you can drop the crazy act, all right?
Rex, man, give her a break.
You have anything to say for yourself? No? That's what I thought.
We'll figure out what to do with you at the station.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Joy, tell him what we found. They need to know it all. You gotta find a way to convince him.
Where are you going?
Killer left a clue about the ancient mansion we saw at the museum. Tell Rex about that too. It's probably the killer's place.
Okay, I'll try.
I could have swore the cutscenes were longer than that. I probably could have just tacked that on to the last episode, but anywho, it's not really important. We are now moving on to the very last stage in this game. New stage, I should say. We will have to complete this area and then do one last little thing to tie the game up in a nice little bow. So we're headed for the Judgment House. That was, of course, what we had seen in the flashback. It's quite possible that this is where the Bell Killer has been making his home. So that's probably a really good place for us to go in order to look for some evidence. I think Judgment House is nearby where the museum is. It's actually just in this little corner here. And we'd only kind of briefly been hovering around this area in order to get some collectibles. So I'm going to put a huge warning here just before I enter Judgment House. If you need to go back to the museum for any reason, you want to make sure to do it now. As soon as you enter Judgment House, you will be unable to return to the museum for collectibles. I'm going to pull up my collectible screen right now. You should have 159 out of 173 collectibles by the time that you enter the Judgment House. It's our final area of the game, and so we're going to be able to get all of the remaining collectibles that were missing. So we should have all of Ronan's life memories completed. We're missing a few here for the Bell Killer. We're missing 4 of Julia's thoughts, Rex's thoughts, and the couple of things about Baxter should also be all finished and cleared up. We have 1 of Cassandra's memories to find. we got all of our ghost drawings as we finished up the last of our collecting. We have one ghost story to finish. There will be a ghost story to complete in the Judgment House. There's usually a ghost story in every single level, so that makes sense. We have 3 of Salem's history plaques left to get, and we have 1 piece of the Witch Trials history collectible set to grab. So at this point, I'm completely ready to head on into the Judgment House level. I've gotten all the collectibles. I don't need to go back to the museum for any reason, but I just wanted to give you a huge heads up that at this point, as soon as you enter this level, the museum will be completely inaccessible. Let's do it.
I always heard this place was such an interesting museum back in its heyday. Now it's just a place propped up by rusty nails and rumors. A place you wouldn't dare your worst enemy to go into.
Alright, there it is, Judgment House. Huh. Maybe this abandoned place isn't so abandoned after all. I hate it when I'm right.
So it looks like someone might actually be on the Bell Killer's tail if there's a police car parked outside. And they left the light on for us, which was kind of nice, I suppose, and the door opened, so let's get started. I'm going to go up the stairs, and I'm going to head to the left and reveal this staircase. And this here is going to be our collectible for the level. This is the Ashes to Ashes story. There is another collectible here on the wall, a poem from our killer. I think those are actually the only 2 in this starting room. But if I go through this wall, there is a note on the ground here. Another one of Julia's thoughts. That's actually a pretty easy one to miss, just because there's a lot of walls that you can phase through, but most people aren't going to try and phase through every single wall, which is totally understandable. I'm going to head to the left through this open door. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some demons around here somewhere. I'm going to keep my eye out. There's another poem on that wall there. And I'm going to head into this bedroom, and in the closet, if I can hit it just right, we've got another piece of our Ashes to Ashes story. I can see some ravens below me, but I'm actually not seeing any demons here just yet, which is nice. This just goes back into the hallway. Again, another level with mostly straightforward collectibles, especially since this is the last kind of part of the game. It's pretty easy to be able to find collectibles because there's only so few that you're looking for. There are a few really well hidden Ashes to Ashes pieces though, so that's mostly what I'm looking for. This open door here is where we actually need to go, but I'm going to go ahead and collect this piece about our killer, which is yet again another poem, and I'm going to go back down the hall and just look through this side of the hallway. You can remove this door, and if you do that, you can find another piece in that closet. And I think that's really mostly it. I think this is our last piece here, is this collectible there. And we've pretty much made our rounds on the entire floor. This little section here was where we picked up Julia's thought. And we've done both sides of the hallway. We picked up everything. So let's go ahead and head through the open door. So on the wall here, this should be our very last Bell Killer collectible. That makes all 39 in the game. The last couple of those were all poems. And we can see that there's a room back here behind this bookcase.
Holy shit. Look at all this crap. What is this? Oh, fresh paint. This one's just been done.
The witch who flew from her own mother, herself a witch, herself in flight. She'll meet her death like so many other, and leave both realms this very night.
Oh no, that's about Joy. This looks like the Bell Killer's war room. I should check this all out.
So yeah, that's really concerning. We haven't found Joy's mother yet, but the killer still seems to think that Joy and her mother are both witches, so I hope that he didn't get his hands on her mom, because he sure was close to getting his hands on Joy, which is really, really concerning. We've got a couple of clues here to look for. There's a newspaper from 1903 talking about some murders that happened back in the day. There's a map on the wall here, which is a map of his previous killings and the areas that he's been. Those are trophies, maybe? Question mark? Things that he had taken from his victims. That's a really odd assortment of items for it to have belonged to the Bell Killer, I would think. And then he's matching up photos of victims with how he's killed them, which is pretty gruesome and pretty sad. And then we have another newspaper on this desk here. This one was from 1940.
Wait. Similar murders, multiple killers, decades apart. Is this a string of copycats? A conspiracy? What else did you hide in this house, you freak? What was that?
So it's very possible that Ronan is right, and this is a copycat killer from several years ago, which is always a possibility. Because like you said, if it's happening decades and decades apart, then how is that possible? And here are the demons I was thinking of. We actually have quite a few of them to clear out. So I'll probably take the time to clear these guys out before I explore. I think I'll probably, if I'm able to, I'll just phase through some walls here, and I'll maybe try and distract this one with the bird. I'm still being mindful and careful. I don't want to draw their attention to myself. So I'm going to hide behind the wall here where they can't see me. I'm going to wait for him to take the bait, and then I'm going to execute him before I go after his buddy. I'm going to hide behind this wall just to be safe. Now, most of the time, demons will only be distracted one at a time. Like, the bird trick only works once. But I want to be safe. Although I did see lots and lots of bodies to hide in if I need to. Okay, he is coming down this hall. Wonder if I could just sneak up behind him. Let's try it. Oh, wow. Okay, that was weird. Did you guys see that? I think it was the camera angles playing tricks on me. Well, there's my first and only death of this game, I hope. But that was very bizarre, guys. I've never seen that happen. I'm pretty sure that I bumped him the exact moment that he turned around, which was kind of a shame and just some bad timing on my part. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful about him. This guy doesn't seem to be too bad. He's kind of in this room by himself. So I'm gonna grab him. And I'll just have to be a little bit more strategic with this demon. I don't think he comes in this room, so I might be able to sneak behind him and grab that crow. Oh, or maybe he is going to come in here. Oh, no. No, he's not. Okay. I was just about to hightail it out of there. Okay. I was a little apprehensive about trying to sneak up on him again, thinking he was going to turn around on me. But I think I managed to actually grab him at a good spot there. So now we can do all of our collecting for this part of the Judgment House. I think I'll probably start on the right-hand side here and just pick up anything that I see. Mostly these Ashes to Ashes story pieces are what we're looking for, because that's kind of the most pieces of collectibles that we have. We still have a couple more of those to find. There was one in this room, in that closet. And I do believe there was also another one in this room I saw behind the crow. So we'll try and get behind the crow and reveal that. We still have 5 more of those to find now. I'm just having a really good look around here. That doesn't look like a door that we can reveal like we had done previously in the past, but we can go through this wall and into the stall itself, and then there's another book sitting on the toilet. Now that should be everything. I'm kind of just doing the Judgment House by memory. I actually didn't look up a guide to remember exactly where everything is, but we're getting so close to finishing that it really shouldn't make too much of a difference if I need to turn around and go back. Here's another one of Julia's thoughts, and we can now start to go downstairs here and continue on. And in this room here, we've got a plaque right next to the fireplace, obviously. And I think we've also got some collectibles in these rooms to the side. There's another piece of our Ashes to Ashes story, and I'm going to check this bathroom real quick for another one. And I do believe we have more demons to fight. We can't see them right now because they're far away, but yeah, this room is crawling with demons. I think there's actually 3 of them in total. And this area is quite big, so they have quite a large patrol area. I'm going to go back here to where it's safe, and I will continue on from this point in the next video. I may or may not get rid of the demons beforehand, just to speed things up. I'm not too sure yet. But either way, I will begin the video right at this spot the next time I see you guys. And we will continue on in the Judgment House. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.